All right, all right. Just get me set up here. There we are. All right, I'm going to give it 30 more seconds, and then I will get started. I got a live studio audience, and he's getting all situated. Look at it, he's even, you can't see it, but he's got note card. He's writing notes, taking notes. I don't know, Michelle, you got to run for that A+ student now.
Oh, man, that was short-lived.
We can have 2 of them. All right. So I'm going to get started, and thank you all for being here, because today I'm excited about this. The topic is using a QR code, but I'm going to show you how to market using that and cutting down on all the extras. So what I'm going to do, there we go, marketing magic with a simple scan using a QR code. You can do this by marketing yourself, property information, and more. And here's how I got here. Oh, wow. I'm jumping ahead here. Sorry. I spoke too soon, having technical issues here. Pause. So how did I get here? So I just listed my aunt and uncle's townhome up in Ham Lake. And we start talking, and she says, Nate, last time you sold our house 9 years ago, you had all this information sitting out. It took up my whole dining room table because they lived in an area that had all kinds of cool stuff in it around there. I did a pre-inspection, so I had the booklet out there. I had property brochure, I had extra flyers, disclosures, all of that. And she's like, is there any way that I don't have to have that stuff in my house again? And I said, well, sure. I want to be able to put a brochure and small thing like that on the table for when people come through or open houses. And I came up with this idea and doing it QR. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So one, it works great for supplements, for floor plans, area interest and amenities. In this situation, they moved into Majestic Oaks, so it had golf cart access to the clubhouse, to the various courses, 36 holes, so on and so forth. I didn't know how to get all that information out there. I did a pre-inspection. You can do them for tissues, less paper in the property. But here's the other thing, and I love this, is the workaround on the MLS. We all pay for these beautiful professional photos, and they make a video, and it's got our name on it, and it's branded, but we can't use it because in the MLS, you can't have anything like that, or it has outlinks that go to other things as well. This is a workaround for that. So you get to kind of go bypass the MLS rules and go that way. So what you're going to need is Canva. You're going to want information that you're going to share. So what are you going to do? What information are you going to share that you would do in the house? You want to get a QR code generator. And I'm going to tell you, get the free ones. Don't pay for one. Canva has good ones. There are some out there as well. Some of them have trial periods. So they get you on the front end and it looks all cool. And then they don't tell you until day 5, like it's about to run out. So find a free one that doesn't have a trial basis. And then lastly is run to the $1.25 store and get yourself a cheap picture frame or a plastic stand. And then you can put a little sign in the house that says, scan this QR code for more this and this and this. So now it's showtime. I'm going to click over and show you what I'm talking about. So if you're watching me at home and you got your camera in front of you, scan that QR code. And for those of you in the audience, is it working? Goes to Canva. And then does it give you the access to property stuff?
Yeah. Starts with for sale recreational retreat.
Yep. So good. So here's what it should show you. here's my flyer in the home. Okay. I got 2 of them. Then I threw in extra pictures, right? I mean, we're paying for them. In this case, I didn't do any golf course pictures, but I wanted to set the scene. So I jumped online, got more pictures. I built out some pages, and then I threw in extra information. Wanted the buyers to know about utilities and the floor plans. So I built a page for that. Now I've got the floor plans that I paid for. I have the ability to showcase those. Now, the amenities of the area. So I got some school information from list reports. Then to show everybody where this is at and how convenient it is, here, let me blow this up. And then where the parks are, the golf courses, all the fun stuff around. And lastly, is I mentioned earlier that they belong to the Majestic Oaks. They're part of that association. Well, there's social memberships. There's an awesome bar and restaurant in there. There's you know, greens fees. You can pay for all of that. But how do you explain that? That was my hurdle, is how do I do this? So what's really nice is I created a hyperlink, and you have that ability to do that. So it goes right to the Majestic Oaks golf course information. It talks, you know, where they can get the bar and restaurant information and menus. They can do social events because there's a social membership at that clubhouse as well. They host a lot of weddings there, all of that. But that was by just clicking here on your phone, you have that ability to go directly to that. In the MLS, you would not. And then lastly is just feel free to contact me, Nate Harrington, my contact information. Again, on the MLS, you can't have anything like this. So if you're at home and you scanned it, you have access to this. So now from there on your phones, you can share this. So you're in the house or it's at an open house, and you're like, I fell in love with this house. Here it is. Boom. They can share by scanning that QR code. They can share that information with their friends, their family, their spouse, whatever it is, and they have that and your contact information all right there. And here's what I made. And what's nice is I'm going to show you how to do this. And so I built this for the class. This is the sign that was in the house, and just put in a picture frame on the counter. So I have all of this information. We're all familiar with Canva. So what you need to do when you're in here is you go to share. And then I want you to scroll down a little bit, and right here, public view link. So I click that button, and it's going to give me a hosted URL so that I can now copy this. And the nice thing about it, everybody, is I can track the number of visitors. I can see if this is working or not. So I've copied the URL. Now I go to Canva's. Got to go find a QR code generator. In this case, I'm going to show you here. Get a free one, unless you're really going to use them. I think I've exceeded my number here on the QR one. But now I just paste it into the URL because it goes to a website. And it just created me a QR code, and I can program it, make it look different, and whatever else I want to do here, add my logo, shape, so on and so forth. You do that to your own desire. But I download it, I upload it as a photo onto, the page I created, and there you go. Now you have a QR code that takes you anywhere. It takes you to the property site that you created and you now control. Pretty cool. Any questions? All right. You can also use this for marketing yourself. I mean, how many of us, you can build out your own, well, our marketing coordinators, they do this. They have the ability to create a brochure about you or a flyer, whatever it is that you want. You can make that public. Anything that you have in Canva, you just go up here to share. Again, public view link, and there you go. It gives you the URL that you can go out there. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to remove, and it's current. So I'm going to remove this one right here since all of you scanned it. Get sick. Here we go. I'm going to delete this. And if you go back in, or if it's still open, you're going to see I had 13 pages. It's going to come down to, sorry, I had 14 pages. It's going to go down to 13 because I got rid of this. So it's constantly updating itself and staying current. Oh, I need to delete the whole page. Sorry. There we go. Now I have 13. So those that have it on your phones, it may take a little bit longer. It's got to go through the interwebs. But you should now have that updated, and it should go to 13 pages soon enough. But I want you to think about that scenario where you don't have to have a whole dining room table full of stuff. You can put it on here. You can put your disclosures on here. You can put everything on here, outlinks to area attractions, different things like that that we can't do on the MLS for their rules. But now you can kind of create your own website, your own URL. The QR code goes to anything and everything. So if you're out, you know, we have Manitou Days coming up. I have a tent there. Maybe I want to, talk about myself and how great I am. I have a flyer on Canva. Hey, just scan this QR code, and here you got all the great things that I do. So you can market yourself. You can market properties. You can have outlinks to different various things. You really gives you a lot of versatility so that you can show how great you are in many different ways. Well, was this helpful?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
How did you create the slides and then incorporate them into it?
Great question. So what I do, so I don't know if you heard that at home, was how do you create this? And then the slides. So what I've pretty much, when I go to Canva, I found a template that I liked. And then I just recreated it. So I just go up here and duplicate the page. And then I just have to add and edit because it isn't identical of the first page that I duplicated. So then I can just change my stuff around in here. Does that answer your question? So
you were able to find multiple templates. There were a couple templates.
I found a couple different templates that I liked. Yep. Like this one. If you're not familiar with Canva, you can just go in here and type in blank templates real estate, and it gives you different templates that all you really need to do is upload your pictures and then drag things over, and it snaps right in. And then, so as you're building that, I'm going to undo that. But as you're building this out and get it the way you want it, and then down here, when I added the contact information, all this information, I just went to a blank page. I went up here to their template, asked for a blank page, and then built it out this way by using the text boxes. And if you hit text, you can drag things over different sizes and all of that.
So you build everything essentially
Mm-hmm.
sequentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than, I find a file, then I add another file. I suppose you could do it
Yeah.
too. But,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great question. So one of the things here is, I don't know if you noticed these, but my floor plans, they came as a digital picture. I just went and downloaded the picture and snapped it in. Same thing for these though. This list reports. These were created and I just snipped them and pasted them in here and did it that way. And I put them all in the order. Once I got them the way I wanted them, again, I went up here, create my link, and away that I go. I pop it into that QR code. So it's just a cool way. Maybe you're going to save paper. I know that. You'll save paper that way. You won't have so much clutter in the home. And it's just another great way for you to differentiate yourself from your competition. And you stand out. So, any other questions? Wow, I'm glad we recorded this because I didn't know I was going to be this good today. But
You're
yeah,
always great, Nate.
yeah. So I'm going to send you a bobber now. No, easy, simple. If you want to try this and hit some road bumps, let me know. I'll be glad to make you a video or send you a screen share or whatever we need to do, because I think this is a great way for you to get out there, stand out, and again, stand out from your competition. Because I didn't realize that, you know, we all do the same thing, spread out, bring all of our stuff and leave it in the house. It's an inconvenience for the sellers sometimes, because when they went through this the first time, they had 3 kids. They were living at home and all the clutter and all of that, and they would put it away, bring it back out, put it away, bring it back out. Now they could just set it in a 3-foot area. They had my picture frame. I had everything right there. It wasn't an inconvenience on their life at all. So just something cool that I learned and wanted to share with all of you. So with that, I'm going to sign off and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. You too.